that US doesn't go to war without standing to gain something or without a substantial benefit. US is not a crazy country. Before 1979, US and Iran were not enemies. And in 2015, they even went on a nuclear deal, and the US decided to remove sanctions from Iran so there could be economic improvement, growth, and development. And what changed? In 2018, US left that deal and Iran sees the US as its worst enemy. Basically, why is Israel fighting Iran? Israel doesn't want Iran to go nuclear, because if Iran is able to build bombs, if Iran is able to build weapons, they are gonna finish the hell out of Israel. And therefore, Israel doesn't want Iran to go nuclear. After 1979, what happened? Iran was having a leader who ruled with iron hands, very difficult, very dictated. Iran suffered under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, who ruled with iron hands. Therefore, Iran went through a revolution in 1979. Then came the Islamic Revolution. Iran wanted to go nuclear. Iran wanted to build bombs. Iran wants to build weapons. US and Israel said no. And now, Iran was supporting groups in Lebanon that is called the Hezbollah groups that was fighting Israel. So basically, that was a proxy war. So Iran was fighting Israel indirectly by supporting groups that were fighting Israel. Iran also supported groups in Yemen, supported groups in Iraq, supported groups in Syria that are anti-Israel groups. And that is where Israel sees Iran as existential threat. It sees Iran as an enemy. That is proxy war. The main reason why Israel, Iran, and US joint are fighting currently is because of nuclear program. Iran was going nuclear. Iran wants to embark on a nuclear program. And what is that nuclear program? They want to enrich uranium and they want to build energy and do research. That is what Iran said. Iran said, we are going on our nuclear program not to build bombs, not to build weapons, but for energy and research. US and Israel said, no, you are building hell bombs to blast the shit out of us. So we are not going to allow you to go nuclear. That is the beginning of tensions. Now, did Iran stop going nuclear? Yes, in 2015. Iran decided to stop going nuclear. They decided to limit its nuclear program and therefore having a deal with US. So Iran decided to limit its nuclear program, and then US decided to also lift sanctions on Iran. So what happened later? In 2018, US sees Iran as a threat because Iran was still going nuclear underground, and therefore they decided to cut ties with Iran by cutting the diplomatic deal, which was the nuclear deal, where Iran says they were going to limit its nuclear program. So after that, it added sanctions, tightening sanctions, and it worsens tensions. That was the escalation of the conflict. What went further? Let me show you this. Now, US have its main purpose, aims, and reasons for fighting Iran. Basically, I'm going to explain that to you. So point number one, US is fighting Iran because it doesn't want Iran to go nuclear. It doesn't want Iran to build bombs. It doesn't want Iran to build weapons that will bomb the hell out of Israel. So they decided to fight Iran. Point number two, the US also want to destroy missiles capabilities that can strike Israel, because Israel is one of its allies, and then it is doing anything possible to support Israel because Israel and Iran are on war, which Iran want to finish Israel, and then Israel said, no, we're not going to allow you to go nuclear. Therefore, the US want to limit or destroy Iranian missiles that can fight Israel so that the Middle East will be at peace. US also want to maintain its troops or military power or military influence in the Middle East. These are three things that the US basically want to do. They want to stop Iran from going nuclear. They want to destroy Iranian missiles capabilities that can strike Israel, and they want to maintain their influence in the Middle East. But there is an underlying strategy that I just want to tell you. You know, Iran is oil enriched area, and I told you already that US doesn't go to war without substantial benefit. And you know, US want to maintain influence in the area, and they can benefit from oil enriched area. And therefore, you know, 20%, I mean 20% of the world's oil, global oil, passes through Iran. US want to maintain influence in this particular area, and hence supporting Israel to fight Iran. What is Israel's main reasons for fighting Iran? Point number one: Israel's main reason for fighting Iran is to stop Iran from going nuclear, because it sees Iran as existential threat that want to destroy their country, and therefore they are fighting Iran by any means possible. You know, that is the secret. Point number two: they want to stop Iranian military expansion in the Middle East, so that the Middle East will be in less tension. Everyone can survive there. Point number three: Israel want to keep their military edge in the area, so they can also survive in the area. So this is conflict of interest, basically. What is Iran looking for in this conflict? What is Iran? Where is Iran looking for to get to? What is their goals? What is their purpose for still fighting? This is Iran goal number one. They said they want to defend its sovereignty and territory. They want to maintain their territory. They want to develop their sovereignty. They want to build their nuclear energy without any foreign or Western interference. They should be able to do what they want to do as a country, but not weakened by any other country. That is Iran main goal. But you know, people ask questions that, can another country stop another country from going nuclear? Absolutely no. Absolutely no. But why is US and Israel fighting Iran, trying to let them stop their nuclear program? Because they believe that if Iran goes nuclear, Israel is finished. They want to build bombs and fight. People talk about World War III. Is it getting close? What is happening? People said, like, it's just about Russia joining, it's just about France joining, it's just about China joining, it's just about North Korea joining, and this becomes World War III. And people are interested in proxy wars. People see like countries that are going to support Iran, countries that are going to support US and Israel. That may escalate to global tension. You know, Putin, the president of Russia, have already cautioned about this escalating to regional tensions. But you know, nobody's ready to listen. But I believe that World War III is actually far, but others believe that it's a mile away. Because why are they saying it's a mile away? Because they see Israel, Iran, and the US bombing the shit out of each other, and other countries are watching closely. And then, if Iran goes for support in other countries like Russia, like China, then tensions escalate. Is NATO gonna come in? Basically, it's confusing, but people pray that we never get to War III, of course. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got an interesting story to tell you next, but this is the historical route